Welcome. Hi. Welcome. Hi. Welcome. Hi. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Oh, yes, I do. For stopping here. For whatever reason, my dear. For it is very clear. The manna that is here is infinite, my dear. And it's manna for your whole mind, body, heart, and soul, no matter who you are, wherever you are, whenever you come. The manna that you receive shall be exactly for you. You know what I mean? Welcome. Whatever you need is the breed of manna existing here for you, whether it flies over your head or not. Oh boy, hold on. Hi. That's the thing, right? Like, I was thinking about that. Pictures, photos, this one moment of perfectedness that gets captured in this still shot that can convey a multitude of multidimensional meaning depending on the receiving. And that's all individualistic. You see what I'm saying? Right? But we are here to not pretend, right? About anything. It is what it is. I welcome you here into this sacred space as it is. And sometimes I'm gonna have to hit pause. And that's just the way that it be. So there is no real direction of this video that I am now recording, but there is a sense of starting point, which is good. I am advised to use my Raven cards, which I haven't used actually in a very long time. And I like them because they make me think. And who doesn't like a healthy mind fudge? You know what I mean? So I do like that. And also, the other day, when my daughter and I like pulled up to the gypsy pad, right? There was a huge raven on the garage, right? Just waiting. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was so close up that my daughter was like, Mom. And at first, because like you could always get confused. As much as I see ravens and as much as I see crows, when I see them by themselves or like whatever, I still question, is that a crow? Is that a raven? Is that a crow? But like clearly this jacked up, like huge, like it looked like it lift weights. Raven was just like right there. And before it went and took flight after it said hi and all this kind of stuff and made its sight seen, it was like this majestic being. It was like, you've come to visit me? Right? So these raven cards are fitting to, oh, hold on one second. So another late night. Hi, welcome. I am Enchantress, the Babbler, here on this revolutionary, evolutionary rise that is happening at this alchemized time of your wonderful life. The fact that you are here, ooh, great things in store for you in evolution, no matter what side of the team you think you arrive here, you know what I mean? There's a bigger plan here that goes far deeper than we could ever think we dream or see or know or grow, because not everything is meant for us to be known. It's like that blind faith. I take the leap before I see it because I know and I believe in this dream, vision. I am gifted and seeing now and understanding, but time be giving us little bows, right? Because as humans, right, sometimes think about time and we're like, when will it be time? And all this kind of stuff. I don't even know where I'm going with that, but still. This optical illusion of time being real, although we can create a timeline of reality to make it most real. Like, you know, when you think about history for real, like when I used to be in elementary school, it was big at that time to do history timelines and like social studies and things like that. And this was like elementary school where we had to fill in the timelines, so lines, right, of what took place that was pivotal in certain years and things like that in our history, right? And so it'd be like that. Our world is like a Scooby-Doo mystery. Get better acquainted with your history, your mystery, I heard Dora the Explorer, and your map, your journey, your purpose, which should always be evolving. Let your quest start from wherever point you be, but know that there's evolution happening and that seed shall breed. Don't be so resistant to the change. It's funny because even before all of this, I was already giving this video a title, and I haven't even started with the title that I was going to give it from before the Raven cards got selected for this moment in time, because other decks got selected, but that doesn't mean they're going to get used, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, right? So these Raven cards, every message or image which emerges has several levels of meaning, which may only become apparent in the course of time. So give yourself as much time as you can. If at first an answer seems to make no sense, sit down for a while and open yourself up for other facets of levels of understanding. Simply leave the cards where they are for the moment, return to them later or the next day and let them speak again. Okay, yeah, the Raven cards. Let me see what else it says. Yeah. Yeah, so I just like I'm very, you know, humor has been a savior in my life, in my twisted life, right? And I just like dark perspective, shadowy, and maybe that's the Scorpio in me, you know, that likes this dark, because that's the other deck I have here too. If I get to use it, dark mirror. Hold on 1 second, okay? Right, so anyways, I like deep perspectives to things. That's why I guess I've never been one for small talk. Like, I just rather not say nothing. I'd rather be the silent one in the room. That's cool with me too. I'm gonna be quiet. I got a lot of things going on. Trust me. Even if I look like I have been there, I have not been there, and people have learned that too. They're like, oh, like everybody's staring at the same exact thing. It could be fireworks. Mind you, I'm there, but I'm not. So although I'm staring and I'm looking, and everybody's seeing fireworks, sometimes I'm not there. And people haven't caught me in the midst of not being there, and like, wow, oh, okay, like another heightened levels of understanding of how I can be on here. you know? So it's interesting. Right? So anyway. The human came in for a second. It's like, I can't help that. Anyways, yeah. So I like to see every angle and my placement in it too, so I can really understand the whole. How else can I be whole in a position if I don't see it from every single piece, right? First card I'm looking at. Take some time to find a vantage point a little higher up where you can get a clearer picture of what's going on. Don't judge. Just look and follow your own advice, right? Because, right, go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow, then ask it to do just that, right? So it's like, follow your own advice. It's like, practice what you preach, right? Getting into the position, like, wait a minute, what you mean practice what I preach? I am what I preach. I live, right? So coming from this space, and when you get to these well springs, right? Because it could be like, you can get like, it's like this transformation kind of station. If you watch my videos, then you would be in the loop into terms of kind of getting what I could be referencing out of the blue, like, which is not out of the blue, just get in tune, like, watch the videos, eat the fucking manna, eat the fucking manna, eat the fucking manna, and watch it in parts and pieces, because I know I can go, and, you know, and it could be long and tedious, like lecture in time, because it requires you to be proactive in your active conscious mind, because activations DB. And it's like, right, those conscious and activated grasp this up. And each of you on your own individual lands are going to receive the mana of downloads that it is for you, which brings me back to the topic of title that I was going to do, which I haven't even introduced, in terms of the Moldavite people. Huh? Right. The Moldavite people. I had this whole like huge download and epiphany while driving, so, and I really wanted to like bask in it a little bit, like, so I didn't go instantly to like record or document, right? I'm driving, so I really was like taking in the Moldavite people, just, you know, and there's many of us, and many of us activate like the Moldavite that exists. It's like that, like, I don't like labels, I don't like identification kind of things, because as an evolutionist, right, I understand, that even if wherever it is that I am, even if it's like, you know, like solidified in a degree, like, wow, no, this is factuality, actuality, this is how I see things, I'm also still there in the concept that evolutionist is I, in that department there. And so even this too can expand, it can go somewhere else. Who am I to cop black? It's infinite expansion or potential. Whether or not it goes or grows, whatever the case may be, that's dependent on the energy traction, you know, creation by the creator, you know what I mean? So to get into that kind of like understanding, overstanding of that kind of stuff, it's just, you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's a lot to take in any department, no matter whom you be in this field of perception, right? Because no matter what's dominant in our place. We still have all these things taking place, and dependent on the leveling of consciousness that we be, it's gonna be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. Okay, you know, so right, so go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow, then ask it to just do that. So that transition, transformation, station, place, station of activation, wherever we are on our evolution of understanding, overstanding, no matter where we are, whomever we are, it's gonna be different for everybody, right? Like, but it's evolution, right? You're in a new setting of a space of understanding something. And although you have received the epiphany, you have received the download, you have received the upload, you have received the understanding, the overstanding part is up for debate. This is when taking action for our alchemized new health perspective, it's a new way street, right? So it's like Spirit saying, stop doubting yourself. You have come so fucking far. When you get to this well, drink the fucking water. Stop questioning it. Stop doubting it. Stop looking for trouble, debate, somebody to be the reason for you to activate the old side that is accustomed to misalign and drama all the time. And it's just like, go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow. Then ask it to just fucking do that. Because it's like this never-ending quest that we're getting, like, from point A to point B to point Z. To always be on some point infinity to some degree. But this doubt seed that has been implanted, it's an implantation. So in your elevation, evolution, consciousness place of understanding where that comes from, then applied mechanics and practical magic must take place in order for you to get into the symbolic act of what you're putting into conscious effect for your development, evolution, and creation, period. Yeah, I know, it's a lot to walk, but you can do this, especially if you're fucking here. Most people sometimes, they still, like, nowhere near, like, transmutation, but they got, like, their percolations and they're interested because maybe my curly nation got them a little fixated and they're like, I want to know what that's all about. And even if they're not, like, alchemized and that kind of thing, like, they're curious enough about curly Sue over there that, a part of them participates, and then from there it's something else takes off. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow and ask us to just do that. It's like having genie and understanding it now from the perspective of wisdom, having had played out the episode with the genie before, having learned that with every wish comes some kind of leveling consequence. So let me get into my alchemy of linguistics, right? To understand, overstand that. I have to word this righteously, so, like, in a way that's in alignment alchemy, and be as free to receive these grantings of alchemy, of deservingness, because you've worked for this, right? So you're here. You're in this transition period of epiphany, download, receive, I upload, and now I apply. And now I know this is for me at this time. I'm not doubting it at this time, right? Because I get it, right? That's it. All right. Consider the ravens, for they sow not, neither do they reap, neither have they storehouse. nor barn, and God feeds them. Luke 12:24. Christmas Eve. Consider the ravens, for they sow not. S-O-W. What does that mean? What does it mean for them to sow not? That means that they're not worried, trying, or doing anything to sow any kind of leveling of perceived stability or grounding, as one might say. They're not creating anything to stay except multiplying in every kind of way, so they procreate. You can say that. They sow in that kind of way, right? As we all do, in whichever way we do, right? Neither do they reap. There's never unless it's a story created by a creative writer, right? That speaks of a story of ravens that take place where they have planned and sowed their crops, right? And reap that which they have sowed. So, for they sow not, and they reap not. Which is showing you something too. Although they're in a neutral territory, right? And all this kind of thing. They're showing you existence in this flow dynamic of just I want to say, and this is making up, I think, because there is no law of cooperation, but damn, there should be. The law of cooperation. And what it generates, what it percolates, and what it creates when one cooperates. The law of cooperation. We can talk about that more. Shit. How wonderful. There's a law of cooperation. But I'll be the what? Yeah, when you harmonize and you alchemize, no matter what it is that you're trying to elixir fix this time, when you get into that kind of line, what do you think you're creating? The law of cooperation, harmonious is that in terms of magically delicious, right? Consider the ravens, for they sow not, neither do they reap. Right? But that's a decision that they continue to keep. So that's part of their upkeep. That's their role, that's their position, that's the stance that they take. Right? Okay. Freedom. We all are. We should be. Yeah, you can get these bracelets at witchyutopian.com. I make them. See? All right, but these are mine. These are not the ones that I would send, but you can go check it out and see what it is that you like, or custom request something that you would like for yourself. And witchyutopian.com. That's for there. Right, neither have they storehouse, so they're not gathering things for when they die, or recalibrate, regenerate, enter a different state of multidimensional being. Ooh. What does that mean? That means we are energetic beings. Do we understand that, overstand that? What do you mean? It means that we are energy. Huh? Yeah. You know, however you understand energy, it doesn't matter. You can grow in that development of understanding for yourself. Like, I'm not telling you here what you should believe in as for your, whatever. But to understand from a scientific layer of what you are, dear, you are energy. And from a scientific layer of intellectualism to understand, overstand that which is of energy, which is alive. I'm alive, you alive, we alive. There's more to this life than this skin and bones. When you close your eyes, you are more than what you thought you see, because still inside of you exists something so far deep that you don't need your eyes to see. Who is that speaks without words? that exists inside what we call a hive, a mind, my heart. What's going on here? Wait a minute, I don't need to open my eyes to start, for there's a whole existence I'm being met with here. Energy. Am I making myself clear? So understanding that more than what is perceived to be this whole avatar being beneath the sheets of skin and layers, there's something more that is energy that will exist still without this body, because energy, once created, can never be destroyed. What? Say that again. Energy, once created, can never be destroyed. What you talk about, Willis? Meaning, energy, once created, can never be destroyed. Ooh. Energy, exactly. Now you might not like the scenario of what that can mean. Like, oh, but once I exit this body, then that's the end of this life. You know what I mean? Okay, you have to make peace with that leveling of one multi-dimensional layering of perceived death. You know what I'm saying? But it's a risque kind of acceptance that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's like such a pervert of my mind. Wow, this is not even like those the erotica tarot at this time, like swallow. Look at it. Neither do they reap, neither have they storehouse nor barn, and God feeds them. Wow, that's deep. You, multidimensional being, energy, for you are infinite, expansive, evolutionary. For there is always going to be a continuance of you. No matter what shape or form you do, you do. Existence is you. And whether you process it, accept, or whatever the case may be, as an energetic being, you're on your evolutionary journey. And where you are on your evolutionary journey will always be up to the being that you are. Is this a race? No. Is this the awakening factor of, there's so much to me, and then an excitement. I'm like, okay, I'm opening up to this leveling of, okay, I'm so much more than I give myself credit for. Let me start to accept that. Let me embrace the awesomeness of this multidimensionality that is quite trippy indeed, especially depending on your leveling of sensitivities, heightened awareness, consciousness, and ability to see other things that others might not see, hear, feel, or taste. Celebrate your success, your progress, your leap over the threshold. Feel the tingle of what you have achieved and celebrate yourself with joy and from the heart. Celebrate your success, your progress, your leap. If not you, then who? And if not now, then when? And my goodness, it doesn't have to be a big old blown out party. It could be a simple act of treating yourself to something that you like a dessert or something, or dancing to your favorite song, just to give yourself a couple of minutes of, let me loosen the fudge up. Whew. Let me loosen up. Let me loosen up. This is our opportunity to loosen up. Let me loosen up. Let me loosen up. Whoa, let me roll back, let me roll back, let me roll forward, let me roll forward, let me roll up and down, up and down, side to side, side to side, round and round. Ooh. Okay. Loosen the fudge up. Celebrate your success. Give yourself a little more motherfucking credit. Toot your own horn. Stand proud. Dignified, be loud. Be silent if you must. Don't be such a fuss when it comes to other external energies and stimuli that just want to get inside your mind and mess up your alchemies at this time. Because they figure the cracks would be in any kind of leveling of insecurity that you might be projecting out. Because this transitionary period is something, you know, that can be in the field of doubt because it's unknown territory. So based off of our conditioning, right, whether we're conscious of it or not, in a conditioned environment of where something is unknown, most conditioning environments would teach you to feel uncomfortable in that. So whether you're conscious of it or not, and even if you're awakened and all these kind of things, and even if you're alchemized in every kind of way, our behavioral patterning and conditioning could have us, you know, even like blindsided by our conditioning, behavioral, and patterns. And so these things, like if we could understand it from a multidimensional layering of just, you know, picking up the acoustics of the mind, body, heart, and soul aspects that it's triggering or it's activating and stuff like that, and to take each part of those activations and try to understand your deliberations of feelings. And that's how you can identify, how is this part of this story affecting my mind? Be conscious of that at this time. I'm calling into light that which is dark in me so that I can find resolution, solution, and these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know, it's a great PowerPoint setting place to be, and just your own positioning of understanding what you think you see. Nonsense. Life's too short to spend time weighing up every word, so try talking nonsense. I like that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, loosen up, right? So find the things to loosen up, because sometimes, you know, our conditioning can make us tough and rough, and also, you know, thickened in the skin to unknown energies that are being experienced at this time that we might shut down in ways that can still cock block us in every kind of way, because we're stubborn in that kind of way. Because, you know, it's easier to just gravitate to that which is familiar. No matter how conscious and woke we be, the most comfortable place to be is somewhere familiar. Even, and that doesn't mean that it's a proper setting, but it's someplace familiar. You know? Consider the ravens, for they sow not, I swear, neither do they reap, neither have they storehouse nor barn, and God feeds them, right? Just think about all the stuff, trials and tribulations, challenges, and mountains you have had to climb. Every time you've survived, right? Okay, granted, a lot of things may have not been fair or right in that kind of care, but you survived it, right? Give yourself more credit. There's a lot of people, no matter what the positioning may be or the experience, you know what I mean? And this is not to compare and contrast, but some people don't survive, nor can take it anymore. Give yourself a lot more fucking credit for even being here right now. Because it is easy to tap out. And finally, my personal wish for you. I would like the raven's words and messages to be instrumental in either maintaining or starting up movement, change, and flow within you in such a way that you can extend and develop your own possibilities more and more. To this end, let doubt depart and confidence spread wide its strong wings to carry you now. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope these messages resonate with you and further serve you on your own evolutionary journey and offer you the manna that you currently need in your namaste moments, mind, body, heart, and soul in any kind of way. And your drip up, your drop up, your abstract, and all these kind of things that make you unique in you. It's going to be different. It's going to be you. Exclusive to you, and I appreciate that too, because I do draw in. And if there's one thing that I'm going to say, and that's making me excited, like, because I keep a lot of things, like, like, I don't like to focus too much, like, even though if I express certain kind of things and all that kind of stuff, that might be, like, not so great, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, it's always for educational purposes, not to be in a state of dwelling or swelling or making that kind of a dominating energy. It's just for educational purposes and stuff like that, right? So, oh, shoot, hold on. And, we have to take hold and apply the things that we learn from the experiences that we have. And, I don't, with all the negatives that I may received and I'm kept quiet about, and, the cyberbullying and, a lot of the things that happen behind the scenes that, I'm like, you can be like, why me? Like, what the fudge? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And so it's easy to get lost and caught up with, what happens out there and the leveling of what people may try to throw at you or vibe at you or whatever the case may be. And especially being sensitive, you know what I mean? And I know that a lot of people that I draw in, like, you guys are heightenedly and conscious and aware, and you're very sensitive out there, and that's it. Like, you know what? And you're coming into terms with that even more and more so, like, trusting in your feelings to flow, intuition, and you just divinely led, guided, and protected. It's like hooked up. I'm gonna stop questioning myself when I pick up on the shit, even if you want to be on that kind of slick Rick shit. You know what I'm saying? Or self-denial hits. That's a lot that goes on out there. As to reasons as to why people will shun you out there. Oh, the Moldavite people. I didn't even say. But either way, right? So, I'm choosing to just be grateful and navigate towards the positive impact all of this is for, even for myself. It's universal, quantum, healing, and impact for all. And so I'd rather focus on that. And one thing I have noticed, and one thing I can say, is that all of you that are drawn to me, even whether it's dark, shadowy, or light shadow aspects, or whatever the case may be, is that those that connect to me, and like whatever the case may be, whichever flip side of the coin you be on, no matter what position you stand, you are so unique. For real. I'm never gonna it's like, I don't want to, like, that's beautiful. I even highlight that, and then the haters and the people like, yeah, your own leveling of unique, special. Special kind of crazy, some of y'all. Yeah, that's special. That's a whole new hybrid. Like, what the fudge? But you know what I'm saying? And y'all so unique. The people I connect with are unique as can be. Y'all not boring. Y'all not the same generic kind of branding that everybody be. Like, I'm a very, like, eccentric, eclectic kind of being. So, of course, the beings that I would draw, yeah, some unique individuals. I could dig it. Hey, I love it. So that's dope. And whatever. So the Moldavite people, right? In the Old Testament, we read that Noah sent out a raven from the ark, right? Well, raven, it's a raven deck. Like raven, it's like about raven, but it's a raven tarot. In India, the raven is attendant on the goddess Kali. To this day, it is the sacred national bird of Tibet. From time immemorial, immemorial, oh my God. From time immemorial, whatever, like we're moving on. The raven has been a messenger and intermediary between the worlds. It represents a link between mankind and nature, a guardian and protector of matters of mystery, a healer, a source of strength, and an emissary of the void. The raven is a bird of the soul. I like that. And I like that the difference between a raven and a crow, like, is the size. Like, even though they're black birds and they look a lot alike, and if you see one individually, you might question, like I was saying, like, is that a raven or is that a crow? But the crow is such much more petite than a raven that comes jacked up. Like, it reminds me of like a kangaroo. Right, so whatever the case may be, the Moldavite people, if you're here and you're one of the ones I'm speaking of, the uniqueness and light attributes, because we come from shadow attributes too. Like, I'm not sitting here pretending I'm fucking perfect. I am not. I made some fucked up decisions and I have made mistakes and I have paid the piper. So, you know, none are exempt from this, right? Kind of a human 3D experience of life. So, nah, I'm not sitting here trying to project onto any kind of like, so light, like, no, hard lessons, hard-headed syndrome be me, and a lot of kind of things, and my own conditioning of just, you know, whatever the case may be. Hi. So, be a messenger, but be sure that you have a message to bear. If in doubt, ask your heart. Be the ambassador of your heart. And I love that too, right? So, authentic, be you in terms of whatever it be, your expression, your art, your creativity, your position, your stance, your journey, your decisions that you make. Let it be a reflection of that which is the ambassador of your heart, right? And getting into this position of empowerment. That is your power. It's your truth. No matter what it is that you do, in all that you do. Hatch out. It takes time and patience. Have confidence that something wonderful is about to emerge. Even though you don't know what the egg contains, care for yourself. Okay? Nesting. So something's going to hatch. Something nesting. So this is going to apply to everyone in every different way. So whatever you have been diligent on, working on, conscious on, deliberate on, or like these eggs, and you've been sitting on your eggs. And whatever you have been cultivating for yourself. So like, let's say if you're going to school, finishing, right? And I'm going real generic so that you can just see let's say you started reading a book, you finished the book. You could read like the egg hatches. Let's say you were studying a program, like of something, you get the certificate, like the egg hatches. Like if you were talking to somebody, you might be starting a new relationship. If you inquired about something, you'll be getting the answer, the egg hatches. If you've been working in career, something pops off. If you've been like, you know, it's that, right? It's that care. So at this time, care for yourself. Now, right, because this is a 50-50 channel, right, in terms of types of energies that come up in here. So those of you, my dears, that haven't been doing what you've been advised to do, you've been ignoring too, and you've been acting like, oh, you cool, and all this kind of stuff. The time to bemoan what one's lot is past. If you don't like something, change it. In everything and in everyone resides a potential for transformation. You have all that you need. Believe in yourself. And that's where I'm going to leave that at for those energies, because I don't, that was perfect, divine. Thank you at this time, right? So, the Moldavite people, right? So you activate others in Moldavite kind of setting ways. Right? And so Moldavite it's a mystery and it's superpower that is known. I'm just gonna go really like I said, generic and like simplistic. That it is known that if you get Moldavite, the crystal and stuff like that, that prepare for I'm surrounded by Moldavite, by the way. So when people if people were to come and visit and all this kind of stuff, like there's Moldavite everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So partly it's meant for transformation, to evoke powerful change, healing, and bringing to the surface that which needs to be brought to the surface so that major transformation can occur. So whatever you've been holding back on, or whatever you have been don't get Moldavite if you don't want the truth to come out, or don't get Moldavite if you're not prepared to deal with especially if you've been struggling with certain kind of things, like what I mean. So if there's any kind of toxicities or behaviors or hidden things, whatever, it's known to bring that shit up. So a lot of people have a love-hate kind of relationship with that, but a lot of people too that want to go through massive transformation and healing and stuff like that don't get it because they have struggled with pushing themselves, so they get the crystals to help in that department. And I have worked with people and I have heard I'm talking about one-on-one encounters with Moldavite stories that have just even my own Moldavite experiences and stuff like that. And just it's just interesting that my child that would be one of her favorite crystals. So Moldavite has been it's just something that has been even it was my daughter that brought it into my awareness and my life. Her favorite crystal. Well, one of, whatever the case may be. Hold on one second. So going back to the beginning of the video when I started talking about this carbide of download of epiphany and all this kind of stuff, has to do with the Moldavite people. And just how it's just an analogy, a metaphor, so to speak, of the levelings. It's like archangel status. So those humans, right? This is just terminology, this labeling, take with it as it resonates. It's just for a depiction. And this is a parable. And if you don't know what a parable is, go back to one of our other videos. Stay in the loop. Be in the loop. Because we always continue. Or look it up yourself in definition, whatever, it's definition, and formulate and percolate your own intellectual understanding of what it is that I'm saying. Right? So, what was I saying? No, seriously, what was I saying? Oh boy. You listen up. Relax, there's no rush. For those annoyed or anything, those patient and who eat the fucking mana, yeah, some evolutionary rise over high, and I salute you at this time. Welcome, come any other kind of day. I love your underbits of evolution. Thank you so much. Did you hit that like button? Did you hit that subscribe button? Did you hit that notification button? So how can you really receive the mana? Anyways, what was I saying? Moldavite people. Oh, hold on. So, I be a Moldavite people. My daughter be a Moldavite people. And those of you invoking others in some kind of way, influencing in some kind of way, be like a Moldavite type style people. This flip side to every kind of place of that point, but it's like Moldavite. Moldavite has its role, its purpose, its function, right? And it has a delivery and energy that activates in others in whichever way the person is activated at this time. It's not Moldavite bringing about the drama in the person's life once the person gets Moldavite in their life. It's not. It's that person that's coming up what needs to come up so that way transformation, the tower moment can finally occur and the rubble here and now we start from scratch, like again, like, because there's no new when this hidden stuff too comes in to interfere with that which needs to grow, right? So that's reactive. That's gonna be like a different experience for everybody. Like there's people that I'm quoting, like, don't quote me word for word, but just giving the overall general message of always this one sentence that someone had said in regards to their Moldavite like experience that's continuum. It's like let's say like if they got it as jewelry. I took off my Moldavite necklace because I needed a break. Like it'd be like that. And like, what do you mean you took it off? Like, I took it off because I needed a break. Right? I took off wearing it because it was just too much, right? And it'd be like that, you know, and the disappearing Moldavite. That's happened for many too. That's an interesting one too. But either way, that's how it be, right? Now, most people with their Moldavite experience don't blame Moldavite. They blame Moldavite, but they don't blame Moldavite. They hold Moldavite responsible, though, for that which becomes their tower moment, so to speak, if it's tower moment. Because Moldavite could be a good experience, too. You know, most people are highlighting the negative aspects that it does because they're asking it to do a repair of some sort. You know, but once Moldavite becomes part of your whole everyday ordinary life experience, right? You're activating your alchemy and alignment. You shouldn't be having any kind of like tower-like moments with, you know, the Moldavite kind of thing. It's just, you know, it keeps everything structured, right? Like, and in justice mode, right? But before that formation, most times it's has to bring into destruction that which is not serving to the alchemy that needs to be created in the now. So that creates a disruption for some and many. And, you know, so it's like, let's say somebody's having an affair, like, and let's say the wife, like the husband is having an affair with the wife's friend or something like that, right? And the wife gets a Moldavite necklace, and then all of a sudden the truth comes out. And all hell breaks loose. Look at all these cards. Oh. And we can say, oh, it's the Moldavite. But in truth, you know, Moldavite just further inspired the action that needed to be taken place anyways to bring that which was not serving and which was deceitful and unhealthy and toxic to the surface so that which one can create the harmony and alchemy that one needs, right? So go to the wellspring that is waiting to flow, then ask it to do just that. That came out already, right? So great. So with that kind of experience, like when I was having this download in the car with the whole Moldavite people, oh shit, we are Moldavite people. No wonder some people don't take to a liking to But sometimes you come into the room, you're the Moldavite. So people, depending on their leveling of evolution, could be like, witch, bitch, this, nah, you triggered this, that. And you know, meanwhile, you're just the Moldavite. So yeah, I was just saying, I'm going to talk more about that too. I just wanted to highlight that, the Moldavite people. Are you the Moldavite people? Think big about yourself. What is the point of thinking yourself small, making yourself small? Connect with your divine self and be what you are, Moldavite. Depending on the leveling of alchemy too, that you breed and feed, and the leveling of, you know, whatever, and the more acceptance that you have towards yourself and your own development, like, it's like, stop. I've been doing the work. Good night. I love you. Yeah. Right? So bow down to the power which resides within you, deep down. You are of that power, and of that power alone. You are neither that which you think nor that which you possess. Bow down to your divine power. I'll read that again. Bow down to the power which resides within you, deep down. You are of that power, and of that power alone. You are neither that which you think nor that which you possess. Bow down to your divine power. Moldavite. And if growing meant pulling, tugging, or extracting, it would be called pulling, tugging, or extracting. But it is called growing. Yay! And that means that it happens all by itself, if you let it do so. So sit back and let it grow. Ooh. Go chakra clearing. Found me perfect. Right, blank. I like the blank canvas. Right, so the blank canvases here. Right, there are 7 blank cards. They are intended to provide space for your own ideas and intuition. You can write your own messages and sayings on the card and then include them in the deck. But here's your blank canvas. Creating your triangle. Draw a triangle. Draw a triangle. And put inside your trine your current line. And what are you working on at this time? Write it in a sentence that harmonizes. Like, I love being the writer of my own life and waking up every day, gifting time to that which I love to write. I know I go overly. You can simplify and make it even lesser, you know what I mean? And you can alchemize the harmony of the language. Because her poetess is I. And so it's not going to be like that for I. Go back to your roots. Go right back. When you have found yourself, you cannot fail to reap a bountiful harvest. Right? So do more of that which is you. Why do you do what you do when you do how you do? Let's get into that too. Look closely at a feather. It can only do its job when each part hooks into the next to form a complete surface. Link up, be part of the community, let its strength be your strength, right? So yeah, you're needed in your community. You are needed to filter your alchemy, your energy out there of wherever it is that you are on your journey, and that elixir, a fixer that is needed to be, right? You can't hoard your breath. You can only breathe in after you have breathed out. It really is as simple as that. Stay true to you, be authentic to you, do as you feel divinely led, guided, and protected to do. And in that truth, for there shall be growth, stop questioning the seeds that you sow when you sow what you sow, right? But also let it go. Like the ravens. They do what they do, and although we can perceive and we can say, oh, they don't sow their sows, they don't do their dues, but yet they're doing their dues and they're sowing their sows every single day. They're out on the prowl. They feed themselves. They live harmonious, and they have a dwelling, a home, a space, and they're always fed. You know what I mean? So it's a mastering of alchemy, of security. Let doubt depart and confidence spread wide, its strong wings to carry you now. Yeah, because you're a beautiful soul. And the position that you are, wherever you are, however you are, like, you don't need any kind of like old debris trying to tell you about what you be in your now space, making you forget about all the hard work that you have put in to get into the space that you are in right at this time. Like, you've worked on yourself. So sometimes, like cracks can come through, like, there'll be cracks in a lot of the things that we do. And then, things can show itself to be true on the reality field. Like, birds of a feather flock together. So sometimes you can feel alone, the dynamics, isolated or singled out. Like, like a team can come up. But remember, a team that puts together to just isolate you or single you out is as weak as it can be. Like, you need a whole team to, like, isolate or create a space to try to make you feel some type of way, because they need more energy to do so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the season is, let me recruit more people to dislike you or send some energy to you and stuff like that. And it could feel like, lonely too, right? This obsession with you that goes silent too, and people can isolate you and all this kind of stuff, and you're hip and awakened to that kind of leveling too. And so, I'm here to motivate you to not feel that way, no matter what it is that it may look like in any kind of way. I'm here to help you to just, feel good inside or feel supported in any kind of way that can be beneficial to you at this time, to just solidify how powerful you fucking are. And look at how many times that they gotta try to, like, hook up with, like, other beings to make you feel inferior. You know what I mean? Because that's how superior they know you are to them in energy, that they gotta go team up with other weaker minds and energies that they can manipulate at this time, because those people are seeking the same kind of things too, and it could put them in a misalignment too, which is, look at this. So this is the dark mirror, alone in the world. I'm gonna read from the book too, but, like, you can feel alone. Look at even card number 6. So there's some kind of balancing, some kind of fix, right, that's coming into place for you at this time about your position in this world and how you feel at this time, and this evolution that is you, and the truth that be true, and the authenticity of you. Like, why do you do what you do when you do, and how you do, no matter what. Like, I think about that. Like, I still be having mad compassion for those that try to side or, like, play me silently. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, whoa, like, you're just trying to mess up my alchemy so that I can feel some type of way, like lower vibrational, like you, in some kind of way. And it's just not gonna happen today. Because still, even my heart of compassion opens at that moment in time, because I receive the download completely all the time, because it helps to alchemize the offense you try to throw my way. And spirit got me in every kind of way, and it's just like, I feel bad for you still. Even when you try to come my way, that's the price I pay for this evolution, you see. It's easy to be like, everybody be like, fuck that person. Nah. Like, I just don't, like, I don't even feel the rage in that kind of way. Like, compassion be set in. You can be frustrated, you can be tired, you can be like, I'm sick of this shit. Right? No more are you gonna get the satisfaction of it. That's where sick of it means. not retaliation, not I wish you bad or any kind of way. I really feel bad for your leveling of pain that you feel stuck in every kind of way, but there ain't nothing I can do for you. You gotta do for yourself. You're gonna come at me and all those kind of things and all the kind of things. Like, you know, I'm speaking collectively to the people that come at you for doing your thing. Like, what the fuck? Why are you coming at me for doing what I gotta do? Like, stay fucking lane. Like, who's here to judge and compare and to compare and contrast and all this kind of things, or try to shade me in some kind of way just because I'm about my fucking thing? I'm not even thinking about you in that kind of way, so why are you in my energy space? And then when I get conscious or hip of you being in my energy space, you want to be like, oh, you see, I was right. This isn't because I block you or I did, like, you know, like I just see you for who you are. You know what I mean? And people will try to like double play you, manipulate because they got an audience. You see what I'm saying? And so like they gotta be right in their kind of way. And either way, I guess I came from somewhere else, right? But either way, it could feel like alone. Even though you know you're not. And even though you're grateful for all that you got. But you know, there's a balancing act happening here. Okay, so the dark mirror, I like this because it highlights a lot of things that are shadowy. That still, if it comes up, it's a highlight for it to be worked upon so that you can find the healthy elixir of a fixer through your consciousness and ability to see and meet the trigger that comes up from that which this card represents, and to apply it if it does apply to you in any kind of way. Don't make what fit doesn't fit. You know, this is entertainment for your entertainment, and if anything flies over your head, know that this is just evolutionary, revolutionary instead, and that which you what you need, eat the fucking manna, because you will receive whether you're conscious of it. You know what I mean? That's just the alchemy of this breed of seed of channeling any freaking ways, whether you are hip with it or not. That's the kind of seed of wave that I do in that kind of way. It just be that way, whether you like it or not, or whether you accept it or not. It's just is what it is. Right? So, under the morning light in a closed and silent court, paved with stones laced by trees, a beautiful woman sits naked on a precious bench. Many blankets or drapes are around her, in color red and white like discarded wings. I made my home a cloister, my heart a chalice for the faintest breeze, and yet I stand alone. Right? And it could be that kind of positioning too, like, you know, you don't want to breathe the bitter seed, the irony of life, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's just like, why do you do what you do? It's like that statement that I made too, and one of my stay in the loop, like watch every video, even if you have to watch it in parts. Yes, I know my videos be long, but watch it in parts, and you start eat the fucking money, eat the fucking money, eat the fucking manna, okay? And watch it in the parts that you need to watch it in, and just, you know, take it all in. It's like a motherfucking Tylenol that you would just easily swallow and take. But then, you know what? Do this too for your conscious awake. Let's bake together here. You know what I mean? So, like, yes, I don't know. So, like, the statement that I made, and I said, I'm not kind. I'm kind because I'm kind. I'm not kind because I'm not kind to you because I want you to be kind to me. And your inability to be kind to me, even though despite I am kind to you, does not change the reality that I shall be. You know, this is like some leveling of like straight disrespect or like, and then, like, I'm talking just in a healthy perspective. Like, let's just say, you know, whatever the case may be, that it is what it is, or whatever the case may be, right? I can be kind to you, and you can be rude to me. But my kind to you got nothing to do with what I expect or want from you. And if it is, if all of a sudden I become so super upset because I was kind to you and you wasn't kind to me. Huh? What do you mean? Well, I was kind to you and you was not kind to me. So now, fuck you. So were you really ever kind? Right? And these are the things that I even do to myself. Like, just saying, like, my composites in my own astrological chart, I say that humorously, like, you know, I am who I am in whichever kind of degree. And astrologically or not, it is going to be what it's going to be. Right? So, it is what it is. But, think about it. So, why do you do what you do when you do and how you do? And what is it that you see or perceive or understand about certain kind of realities or things that are fixated in some kind of way that is being brought up in some kind of way that you can address from your now conscious state to really alchemize and align with your truth and be authentic all the time as you develop further on your own evolutionary journey, right? So it says waiting for something to come back. This is going dark. When we parted ways, we promised to each other, I will wait for you, and I will come back. We may have used different words like, it's just for a few months, or a sharper pen, like, I don't need you, still we are waiting. Mind has lost hope, body has lost memory, but our heart is still incomplete. It is shrined into blessed feeling of longing and desire, innocence and hope, but it is also tuned into a well of solitude and distance. It built walls to stall the passage of time, and the walls kept out everything. Will the prince come, or has the world gone silent while we waited? Waiting is a transition. It has a beginning and it has an end. Waiting is the night, morning brings the sun of a new day, right? So, like, so even just that, the way that it's coming up. So, like, alone in your transition. It's like believing in divine right timing and still questioning the timing of your arrival. Oh, I'm divinely led, guided, and protected. And then, like, why I still haven't received my millions, my fame, my notoriety, my blessings. Like, still counting and waiting, right? Waiting for a person. I'm waiting for him to mature. He's the love of my life. Oh, I'm waiting for him to leave her because he loved me. Oh, I'm waiting for... We get the story, right? So, what truth must you come into that's going to be justice for you to continue what you need to do and be the most healthiest for you in this transformation station of a period that allows you to bring into existence that which is of mind, body, heart, and soul, healthy, wealthy, stealthy for you, right, at this time? So what truth needs to be brought to the surface at this time that's going to help you further in your alchemize? It's going to be the medicine, elixir, fixer, solution for your own evolution. Atonement. 31:4. Building something solid more. Right. Right. Getting through like certain kind of depressions, oppressions, suppressions, anger, resentment, bitterness, disappointment. Right. Getting through certain kind of intensive care, stab wounds, treachery, deceit, betrayal, conditioning that's so fucked up, I'm sick of it. Truths being revealed, I was like, oh, okay, that fucking hurts, right? So it's like visual say accepting the full burden of responsibility, the fair as well as the unfair with no discount, right? So it's like, you know, being still hung up, like understanding the spiritual development of evolution and still being hung up about your upbringing. Like I'm still mad about my childhood, right? Holding on to these things, right? So accepting the full burden of responsibility, that which is yours. You know, it may have not been fair, it may have been right, it may have not been this, it may have not been that. You do not deserve that. No. We get that in all kind of degrees, but you're still mad about something, right? So it's like atonement. It's like really coming into peace about that which life brings, and not having any kind of ill feeling nor positive feeling, because you're finding your neutral zone in this, right? So accepting pain is a way to survive the pain. Not all things burn, but some should. Going dark. Atonement is about paying the bills. Unadulterated, unfiltered, not negotiated. It is about full and open acceptance of consequences. And a little more. It is also about paying for the price of others, letting go of all ifs and buts and taking it all in, whether it's ours to take or another's to shoulder. If you have a piece of what puts you at fault, normally you would try to separate it and weight it evenly with what makes the other at fault and with what made you right. A little for a little. But it really doesn't move anything forward. Sometimes we need a clean slate, and it's done by going through it all. Paying more than is due. To create closure for yourself, for others, you take the dark end so that others can stay in the light, even if they don't deserve it, even if you don't deserve it. Right? So it's like doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even though you don't want to, or whatever the case may be. And that is the atonement that it will bring, right? It's like, okay, I understand. Right now I'm not in a position to feel great about this whole entire scenario, but I am in the position to be conscious about the scenario. And so that allows me to activate in my understanding, overstanding. I'm going to make the right move right now, and I'm going to do it anyway, despite how I feel about any of this kind of situation. And knowing that it's going to create the alchemy of elixir that is needed for this atonement, because this shit needs to be transformed in every kind of way. And one more card. All right, so science. One more card. Revenge. Right, so there might be energies too that might be in the state of activate, point towards you, put you to blame, right? The Moldavite people. Moldavite people, I feel so much compassion for you, because I understand that people got it all wrong about you. They want to be mad at you for what you make them feel just by meeting you. Archangel energy, for real. That line us off. Meet with the devil or meet with me, right? So it's like, if you're not going to deal with the toxicities of the devil kind of ways, what you think you're going to get into the light in some kind of way? No, you're going to be met with the archangel energy, right? Of you know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of energies, right? You Moldavite people that others are pissy about, spiteful too, and they seek revenge. And these kind of energies I don't want to tap into, but major transformation and change is happening at this time, because there's certain things that can no longer go down, you know what I'm saying? And you're getting to the truth of these kind of things. It's time to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them, right? So ending the influence of that which is trying to wreak havoc or seek revenge, and the consciousness of you understanding, knowing that too, the different levelings of like developments too, right? A complex magic glyph illuminates the ground as a pale woman dressed in black seems to surge from it. She has bloom crimson eyes, a white flower garland, and two plain swords. Her wings, two plain swords, right? Truth, getting to the Her wings are made of withered branches. Senses. There is no white night, but there can be black storm woven by fallen angels. Right? So it's like, even simmering that pot down, because from your position, you see the act of the other, the revenge attempting to take place. And you're calm, and you're cool, and you're collected, and you're wise. And you do what is right, even though this kind of energy arrives and wants to take a bite. No, that's not nice. What if there was a place where there is no more time for words, no more sense to bargain or negotiate, no more survival instinct to accept fear or ponder consequences? It's a place we can reach at the limit of our abuse, with the last spark of our dignity surging up as a powerful black flame. We cry, we hurt, and we strike to destroy. We destroy not for ourselves because we are gone. We destroy for the fairness of the world. We destroy because if there is no sweet justice, there can at least be cruel revenge. We destroy for those who came earlier, for those who would have come later. We destroy as we destroy, we forsake ourselves. There is no going back, because coming back from that requires much more than force. Yeah, so, especially if you know that kind of energy and stuff like that, I think that kind of leveling of revenge, although you are on the receiving end, energy from those that be ignorant in that kind of way. And people think that they're good in every kind of way, but not realize the toxicity of their own thoughts and energy implement. That they can live in all the leveling of self-denial that they want. Oh, I'm done. Yes, you fucking do. Right? And so you know better, you do better. For those that connect, like with me. It's a transmuting energy. Like I wish I could say, that it doesn't have to be done, but the fact that, people think that they can get over and think that they can win or won and stuff like that, and they can send the energies that they do and get away with it too. And here you are, this Moldavite people that has people's like karma, or in some kind of way. Like, I don't like putting labels and things like that, but it's just, it'd be like that. Like, it'd be like, wow, they met you, and bam, Moldavite 2 activates, and all that fuck shit come up shit, and they be screwed it. You know what I'm saying? So, rooted, and they want to, like, play you and sage you and be like, you're the devil and all those kind of things, the Moldavite people, right? You know what I mean? The kind of levelings of activating seeds that you bring to other energies, like, and some that don't want to do the work, like, for themselves, because if they feel things wrong with them, you know what I'm saying, and take offense and stuff like that, they might need a break from you, just like that person that says, I needed a break. I took off my Moldavite necklace because I needed a break. So some people you might rub them the wrong way, and they need to take a break. And so let's say they block you. Like, my daughter was telling me the other day too. She's like, Mom, you know that not everybody has to like you, right? Yeah. What the fuck? So, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has to like you, and not everybody, it doesn't put you in your ego, and everybody, but it also puts you in this other place, like, you know what? Nobody, so, when you know better, you do better. So even for those that are intentional about their dislike for you and all this kind of stuff, the offense that gets taken from that is like, well, how you don't like me? What did I do to you? And this whole victim mode, defense mode. But if you look at it from the perspective of just how, and like, that everybody has to take a liking to you. Okay, that's true. Okay, so this person is not taking a liking to you. Okay. There is no offense. Wow. Okay, so peaceful being that leveling of just, understanding. I surrender to a power greater than me. The universe has your back. The moment I reach a line with love, clear direction is presented to me. The universe has your back. But just know your truth, know your alignment, know your place and your position each and every time so that the universe can know what the fuck it is that you want, right? When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Peace cannot be disrupted. Oneness is my true nature. Oneness is my true nature. Joy is the ultimate creator. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. The universe has your back. My vibes speak louder than my words. So get into that alignment of truth that is your alchemy too, because as you speak it, so you shall be it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And if you can't get into the alignment of whatever your heart needs at this moment, then shut the fuck up. Until you're in that alchemy. So like, you don't go cooking up anything that you don't really motherfucking need. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. I am divinely led. I am divinely guided. I am divinely protected. No weapon formed against me shall motherfucking prosper. And any weapon that thinks that they formed against me that shall prosper shall be met with the immediate truth that they cannot infiltrate nor influence. That's not up for debate. And they met with a, can I get a smack back? A spirit alchemy, and may it contribute to their evolution. You know what I mean? But what happens with them in the spirit of the alchemy of telling them, like, putting them in their own kind of level and purgatory, got nothing to do with me. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. I am spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Ooh, love. Ooh, somebody's gonna be making love up until the morning rise. They're gonna start in the middle of the night, and they're gonna be up like porcupine. My vibes speak louder than my words. Oh gosh. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Okay, I guess these are just the messages one more time. Like at this time. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Challenges that ask me to rise to my leveling of ideal perfection. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did you like this? Thank you so much. Are you subscribed? What are you waiting for? Did you hit the notification bell? I hope so. Thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. You are unique. You are beautiful. You are so like different, and I love that about you because we be the awesome like visionaries of the evolutionary world that requires our leveling of alchemy and consciousness to be able to create this energy that builds its own traction from those that are into this dope leveling of laws of attraction and manifestation and elevation and evolution. So thank you. I am also Enchantress on Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only right here. I'm also Enchantress the Babbler here on YouTube. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tune in and hit that notification bell at any time. And I'm also Enchantress the Babbler on Anchor and Spotify platform for my podcast. So make sure to subscribe over there, follow over there, and check that out. Enchantingbabble.blogspot.com is my blog, and that's awesome. And for awesome alignment and other forms of just entertainment for your entertainment, you can go to witchyutopian.com and subscribe for free and align with us in every kind of degree and be the first to know anything that happens and is going on with our witchyutopian.com ways. It is an awesome place, sacred space for us to further activate. I also do offer products and services there as well, but there's also a lot of free content for you just for signing up too. All you need is your name and an email address and that kind of way, and pop, you remember, free. Yes, there's other subscriptions, you know what I mean, but there's a lot of content there for free. All right, and more to come. So thank you so much. Yeah, okay. I hope these messages were wonderful for you, and body, heart, and soul too. Eat the fucking mana, eat the fucking mana, eat the fucking mana. Thank you.